First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Chicago Bears. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Now they'll run it on the taunts. Oh, look at the string.
No.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Over the middle to Evans. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
He'll drop to throw. Street's got it, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Detroit! All right, here we go. 319! 319!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Santos out now. He'll kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play action, Garoppolo. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they'll get him down right around the 16. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Gone!
Check, check, go back, go back. We got motion, back up, back up.
Gone! 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 Gone!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And down he'll go at the 25. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 36 yards out. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They go play action here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And that'll set them back 5. They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get 3 up to midfield.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Motion.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. And they'll go on the ground. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14. Garoppolo. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. He's checking. He's checking.
Detroit! Detroit!
Check 3. Check.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
No. Check. Patriot. You. Switch. Motion. Gun. No. Check. Patriot.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He'll leave it for Cullen, complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Lucky 56. Check motion. All right, now, lucky 56. Hot!
Looking to throw. Finding Gabriel, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. Back 99 Philly, here we go. 36, 33. Hot! Check like 33.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
3-19.
And with the play clock counting down towards 0, Todd Bowles will take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
check 33. 33.
Leopard! Leopard!
Run. Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And they'll run it here. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He's got Evans. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Wait. One, Omaha.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey. 4 down.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Hey, come on.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
I got you.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon.
Here we go. Hurry up. Go ahead.
Hey, watch the screen.
Come on, fellas, here we go.
It's Pumphrey on the toss. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Forced out to his left. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. This time, the extra point up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. Onto the field now come the Bears. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He'll look to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone. Hot.
back to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And a nice gain of 21 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. Is right there. It's good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
New York set to take the field. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. First throw of OT for Garoppolo. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. They go with the ground game, pick up the 1st, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of the play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. Two minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. And they'll go on the ground. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your like linebacker. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. For one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Being chased out left. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, what was the term that you just used a minute ago?
Well, especially in overtime, mistakes get magnified, so it's time for us to get our microscopes out, right? I mean, take a look at what's going on out there. That was very close to being a crucial play.
Yeah, got to look that ball in, didn't, and it hit the ground. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Watch two. I know he ain't got it. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
It doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. And on the ground they go with a running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on 2nd down. Now they got to come up with something big here on 3rd.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? And they'll run it here. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for him.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. And with just 2 seconds remaining, the timeout is called here in OT. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Well, we had 2 ties last season in 2016, and now we've got another here.
They're part of the game, and I can sound philosophical here and say, well, what can you do? But neither team happy, right? No.